Welcome back to Crypto Strategies with Chris. My name is Chris. In this video, we are going to dive into the markets and to see some events that are leading the crypto market sentiment. And we are also going to dive into Kaspa's chart and see some of the events that are happening for Kaspa. Let's get to it. Alright, so let's start off with the Fear and Greed Index. We are at a 33, which is pretty good because we were pretty much at a 17, under 20 for the extreme fear like not too long ago. So we are rising up, which is pretty great. You can see altcoin season though, we are, I would say, and I don't know if there's any confirmation, but I feel like we are in a altcoin bear market and it's just about Bitcoin right now. But I believe there will be a bounce back pretty soon. Alright, so on to some Bitcoin news. We can see here Bitcoin dries up on exchanges. Are we on the verge of a major rally? As we scroll down, we can see Bitcoin supply on exchanges hit a 7-year low at 7.53%, signaling strong long-term holding, which is pretty bullish in most cases. That just means people are not ready to sell, so that really does take away the sell pressure as of right now. More Bitcoin laying down on self-custody would lead to much lower immediate sell pressure, which could be bullish for the market. However, coins held in wallets indicate that holders have less immediate intent to trade or liquidate. This theory reduces the available supply for spot selling, which directly acts as a buffer against sudden price plunges. So as we check out the Bitcoin exchange balance, you can see, it's just red. People are just taking their Bitcoin off of exchanges, which again, I believe is good. That just means people are seeing Bitcoin as a store of value and they're not going to be trading. And they believe that probably as most of the 4-year cycles have gone, they're probably going to wait towards the end of the year, around October or November, maybe even September. Within that 3-month range, they're probably going to hold their Bitcoin until then. So we'll see what happens. And here's some other news that I thought was kind of funny. Russian economist warns Bitcoin reserve is a risky bet. As we scroll down, the Russian economists argue that cryptocurrency is not a legitimate form of money, but rather a speculative asset that could threaten economic stability. Now, if you have been in for a while, you know that this is just FUD, or it's smoke and mirrors. Basically, this guy's trying to scare you, trying to scare other Russians, probably, whoever it is, whatever the agenda is. They're just basically putting this out there so that people can think, oh, what if Bitcoin reserve isn't going to work out? What if cryptocurrency is not going to work out? So people sell, fear, blah, blah, blah. So this just reminds me of 2021. There was a lot of this going on when we were in a bull market. So don't be fazed by these little articles that come out and people freak out about. Don't worry about it. I just think it's funny because they're trying to get people to sell and be in fear. That usually means behind the scenes they are accumulating so that before the pump begins. So you must be accumulating as well. Now for some big news that people are waiting for to see what's going to happen. This is apparently going to be bigger than an FOMC meeting, but crypto is going to brace for April 2nd, the most crucial date of the year. President Donald Trump's upcoming announcement of new reciprocal tariffs could deliver a seismic jolt to the markets, including crypto. Why April 2nd is going to be massive for crypto? April 2nd is similar to election night. It is the biggest event of the year by an order of magnitude, 10 times more important than any FOMC, which is a lie, and anything can happen. We really don't know what's going to happen, but basically Donald Trump is letting us know in advance that some kind of announcement is going to happen on April 2nd that probably has to do with the tariffs and maybe some other announcements as well. But he is saying that it's going to be huge. So Trump could go soft on the tariffs, in which case markets would rally fast and furious. Or he goes halfway, adding uncertainty on timelines, in which case markets would take out the stops of all longs and shorts. Or go all out, in which case markets could easily crash another 10 to 15% fast. And that would be horrible. That would really suck. That just means we're definitely revisiting Bitcoin to 79 cents and Kaspa. It's a good chance we can hit that 4 to 5 cent. And that would just be insane. So hopefully Trump is actually going to try to help the stock markets and crypto this day instead of just slipping the rug underneath us, So we'll see what happens. April 2nd could mark the peak of market anxiety, which I hope it is the peak, aligning with the arrival of US tax day just 2 weeks later. Either way, you all want to be prepared and ready to act on Libertarian Day. It will be big. Hopefully he sets us free from the anxiety that we have been having since the beginning of the year. In worst case scenarios, stuff would hit the fan, then tariffs would start coming off as Trump negotiates hard in the following month, in which case peak negativity would hit around week 2 of April, which would coincide with the US tax day. So basically everybody and their mother, they're just waiting for April 2nd. It's really hard to make any kind of trades or decisions or even forecasts, predict, read a crystal ball, whatever it is. No one knows, and we're not going to know until April 2nd when Donald Trump finishes his speech, his announcements. So we just gotta play by ear and just be ready to react when we need to. If we were to check out this chart, the M2, this is pretty good in my opinion. And so you can see we are beginning an uptrend ever since, you can see from October 23, we have been slowly on an uptrend. But I wanted to show you this. In the last bull market in January 21, it shows, you can see there's a little dip right, well it's probably a big dip, but you can see this dip right here all the way until Bitcoin hit its all-time high of 69,000, or towards the end of the year of 21. You can see how the money flow of all around the world just increase and increase. So this right here, I am hoping this is representing this right here, so that we can begin our ascend up. And typically with the 4-year cycle, we should be getting close, very close to a rise up. So hopefully this does work out and it plays out like I am hoping it does, because that would be awesome. We don't need history to repeat exactly, but we do want it to rhyme a little bit. That helps us to navigate the crypto markets. Alright, so now for some Kaspa news. You can see in this chart we've been ranging around, I guess, the 5 to 8 cent range. We did take a dip down, but that was in early March, and now we're just ranging around the 7 cent. So like I said before in my other videos, all of this area, we just can't determine where people are going to want to buy, but it does need to get retested. So like I said, I wouldn't even be surprised if we hit the 5 cents or even below like the 4 cents, and then we just kind of have a bounce. People want to be accumulating, and they are accumulating at these prices. So once Kaspa and the whole crypto markets, altcoins, and just all the stock markets, once more this becomes a risk on markets, then more money will flow in. So I'm happy that a lot of people are buying still in this range. That's just gonna make Kaspa a whole lot stronger and healthier to really take off. You can see like this is a bad chart. Alright, this is basically saying a huge downtrend and Kaspa's in the bear market. But if you were to look at its history, you can see it's had some bad charts as well. You can definitely see right here, that's a big explosion, and it retraces all the way back down, but it gains some more strength. People keep buying, down, gain some more strength, down. And so I'm hoping that this is going to be the same. Kaspa, all of the altcoin, they had a little altcoin season in December that pretty much everybody missed, even I missed. And so I'm hoping as the altcoin markets is just kind of recovering, trying to gain some strength, we will have another leg up. That's just my opinion at least. Now for some news about the Kaspa and Crescendo. You can see Mr. Michael, he's one of the core devs with the Kaspa ecosystem. Kaspa mainnet Crescendo activation date. So this post is letting us know that, hey, they are on time. You can see right here. He said when was this? He said in January that he had this planned out, and it looks like he's gonna stay to schedule. End of March 25 mainnet version release, and this is what he is saying. He is saying that they're gonna do some kind of software update on March 31st, which is going to allow the Crescendo to begin on May 5th. So that's great news for Kaspa. That just means they are going along because they needed Crescendo to begin and get it going so that smart contracts can come out as well. And this is great because once Crescendo's out, we're gonna really see how much more Kaspa is secure, scalable, and decentralized. Like, Kaspa is just a beast, and we don't even fully understand. A lot of people around the world don't fully understand, especially if other people are just diving into pump fund, Ethereum, and this and that. They're not. Kaspa's a sleeping giant. He's behind the scenes. And Kaspa is going to really show the world what it can do, especially when smart contracts are released. So I want to share with you my strategy for what I'm doing right now with the markets. Right now, I am waiting to see what happens with the April 2nd news. No one can predict what is actually going to happen, and no one can perfectly trade during this time. With Kaspa, I am holding for certain events to happen. Binance will list Kaspa, so I'll take some profits then. I will also take some profits when smart contracts are about to launch. Ultimately, I will be selling all of my Kaspa throughout this bull market before the dreaded bear market returns. You better believe the altcoins will drop 60% or more from their all-time highs. So I'm just being honest. I'm gonna sell everything. I'm gonna sell all my crypto in this bull market because I don't want to be holding on to any of the crypto going from like all-time highs and then 95% down or more during the bear market. I don't want to be holding that. I don't need that stress. So I encourage you, not financial advice, but do some research, do some studying. My opinion, it's best to sell everything while they're pretty much close to the top. Let it go as far down as it can during the bear market, and then rebuy in so that you get so much more coins for your buck. So that's just my opinion, that's my strategy. Well, that's it for this video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if there's other ecosystems out there that you would like me to dive into so that we can find out more things and just learn to see what they are doing. If there's any good trades out there, leave a comment down below on what ecosystem we should check out. And I pray that you and your family are doing well, and together we reach financial freedom. Press that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.